What's up, everybody? And I'm coming to you live right now, and I want to talk about something that is very, very on my heart today, and that's bullying and living your brand and being authentic and transparent. So one of the things that I fully believe is being in your truth, you're being authentic and being transparent. And one of the things that I think a lot about is the bullying that my kids tell me about at school, and even adult bullying. Literally, even adult bullying. That is a thing. And so I'm doing some statistics, and what I'm doing right now is going through a couple things, and I'm looking at statistics, and I'm creating something right now that I believe will have a direct impact on the effects of bullying. And so what I want to do is read a couple things. It says more than one, and this is right from the bullying statistics, the National Bullying Prevention Center. There's a National Bullying Prevention Center. It says more than 1 out of 5 students report being bullied. 1 out of every 5 students. That is a lot. The federal government began collecting data on school bullying in 2005, and when they started, school bullying was around 28%. 28% of students were bullied. And then it goes in depth, and it says 12 to 18-year-old students reported a bullying rate of 35%, when all bullying involvement in the school consisted of 15% for cyberbullying. So in-person bullying at 35% between 12 and 18 years old, 15% for cyberbullying. Cyberbullying. 33% of students were reported being bullied at school, indicated they were bullied at least once or twice a month during the school year. Once or twice a month, these kids are bullied. Out of those students who reported being bullied, 13% were made fun of, called names, or insulted. 12% were the subject of rumors. 5% were pushed, shoved, tripped, or spit on. Kids spitting on other kids. And 5% were excluded from activities on purpose. Now, it even goes into 43% of bullied students reported notifying an adult at school about the incident. Students who report higher rates of bullying victimization are more likely to report bullying and be bullied again. So if you report bullying, you are more likely, statistically more likely, to be bullied again. And the more bullied you are, the more likely you are to report the bullying. And then it goes into the effects of bullying. Suicide. Suicide is prevalent in ages 12 to 18 because, and a direct correlation of bullying. So students who experience bullying are increased risk for poor school adjustment, sleep activities, anxiety, and depression. Students who are both targets of bullying and engage in bullying behavior are at a greater risk for both mental health behavior problems than students who are only bullied once or twice. So students who are bullied are having mental wellness issues at school and at home. And then it goes into cyberbullying. It goes into bullying about students with disabilities. It goes into bullying about students of color. Statistics about bullying of students who identify or are perceived as LGBTQ. And it even has statistics of bullying and suicide. And it says students who bully others are bullied or witness bullying are more likely to report high levels of suicide-related behavior than students who report no involvement. So there's a direct correlation, and it says that found that students facing peer victimization are 2.2 times more likely to have suicide ideations and 2.6 times more likely to attempt suicide than students not facing any victimization or any bullying at all. All right. So there's interventions. I mean, this thing really breaks it down. Okay. It talks about bystanders, and it gives you references. We need to do a better job. We absolutely need to do a better job of talking about bullying with our kids, talking about bullying even as an adult. You know, in the military, we're I mean, there's a little bit of hazing, there's a little bit of bullying, there's a little bit of, but we look at it as, oh, that's just the culture, or that's just the, whatever. What I really want you guys to understand, is that how you treat people matters. And there are so many, statistically, there are so many, thousands and thousands of people are afraid to live their transparency and live their authenticity because of the way that they might be perceived and the way that they will be bullied or talked to or mistreated. And if you're not living in your authenticity, if you're not living inside of your transparency, you are literally committing spiritual suicide on yourself and others. And so what I'm rolling out starting April 1st is a campaign, Live Your Brand campaign. I am going to create something that is going to empower people to live their brand. Living your brand is finding opportunities every day to live out the core values that you have deep in your heart. You don't need a title to be a leader. You just need to live your truth, live your authenticity, and live your transparency. And when you live by example and you overcome all those things that are trying to hold you back, you become the leader and you become the role model. So as of right now, I've been working on, for the past couple weeks, a campaign for Live Your Brand, and you will see some empowerment wear, some affirmation wear coming out, and I'm creating the Live Your Brand clothing line that will empower students and families and entrepreneurs and speakers and veterans. And I want people to be empowered to live your truth, show your authenticity, and to wear your transparency. So I'm rolling that out April 1st. I'm rolling that out, the Live Your Brand clothing line, 2 years in the making. It's rolling out April 1st. I'm going to be showing a couple things, and then in April, I'm going to be rolling it out and everybody can see what's being created. I believe that when you live in your truth, amazing things happen. Amazing and powerful things happen, and we have to do a better job because kids are killing themselves, literally killing themselves because of how they are treated at school, about how they are treated at home, about how we care more about what people think about us than what we think about ourselves. And that has to stop. That has to stop. Stop living in the reality of what other people think about you and start living in your truth and showing your authenticity, and great things will happen. That's all I have for you today. And what I really want you to do is take this message, share this message out, and get people to live in their truth. Live your brand and find opportunities every day to live out the core values that you hold deep in your heart. And I call that living your brand. So until next time, live your brand.